Hello. Today we're going to be looking at a presentation tool called Sway that's part of the Office 365 package or suite. This presentation tool is kind of similar to a PowerPoint. It's really easy for the students and teachers to create worthwhile presentations that are containing a lot of multimedia, along with things where you can add in forms to check for student understanding and really enrich the student's experience with the presentation. So first we have to go to the Microsoft Office 365 homepage in order for us to get to Sway. Okay, and when you open up 365, you can notice all these different apps that are up here you could choose from. The one we're going to be working with today, as I said, was Sway, so you can click right here, and that'll open up your Sway homepage. Now, I'm going to go through some different things that you can see up here. I'm really going to focus today on creating a new Sway, but I want to show you the different options that you have up here. So along this top here, you have a few different options on what you can do. You can either create a new, which we're going to work on today. You can start from a topic. So if you have a topic in mind, you can click on this, type it in, and Sway will create a general outline, including some pictures that they find that are usually useful, and kind of a bare bones presentation, which you can then work off of. You can also start from a document. So if you have a PowerPoint or you have a PDF already that you want to start from, I do find that if you are adding in a PDF, sometimes the formatting gets a little weird in there. So I would just check with that first before you go in and start from that document. Make sure that the formatting isn't strange. It might be easier just to create a new one then. Then if you come down here, you can look at all the different sways that you've edited, viewed. You can analyze the information on the sway that you've edited with the number of views that it has. You can also look at the ones that you've made and deleted. In case you accidentally delete one, you can go and you can find it there. Below that, you have the different templates. So if you wanted to make a newsletter, this is a template that Sway has created for you already that you can use, along with right below that some lessons to give you some different ideas on how to use Sway. So what I want you to do right now is scroll back up, and we're going to go up here into Create New. So we're going to start from a blank Sway, and you're going to click on that, and that's going to open up a new storyline. So you can see right up here where it says storyline and design. We're going to focus on the storyline for right now. A later video in this group of videos is going to show you the designs. Okay, and each one of these rectangular boxes here represents a card. And this card is similar to what you would consider a slide in PowerPoint, and you can make them kind of fit what you want for that, and we'll talk about that and adding in other multimedia in a later video as well. So when I first start a Sway, what I like to do is kind of create an outline, a bare bones outline that then I can add things to and keep it organized. So I'm going to title my Sway White Rhino, since they've been in the news lately, since the last northern white rhino just died, or the male did. So I'm going to title this White Rhinos. Okay, and I'll talk about the emphasizing and accenting and adding links in a little bit later, along with adding in backgrounds. Like I said, right now I'm really focused on just creating that outline, the bare bones, so that we can add things in underneath it. So if you look right here, you have this plus button. Okay, this is going to add you, or this is going to allow you to add new content to your Sway. So if you click on that, it's going to bring up a bunch of suggested cards that you can add. I'm just going to be adding the heading 1 card at this point, and I'm going to talk about the rest of them. You can also find this heading 1 underneath the text option. So I'm going to add in this heading 1 card, and notice that it puts it right below it, and it adds in a new section. Okay, so I'm going to title this section Habitat. So under this section, I'll be talking about the habitat of the white rhinos. And just like in any other word, you're able to emphasize, bold, or accent that title. Okay, now I want to add in my next subsection, but if you notice, I'm already selected in this first section here of habitat. Okay, so if I were to click on this insert content right now, this is going to insert content underneath habitat. So I want to add in a second section. So if you just bring your mouse right below it, you notice that that line pops up. I'll do that one more time. So if you're at this plus button, just go right below it, that line pops up, and this is going to allow you to add a new section to your sway. So I'm going to click down here, okay, and again, I'm going to add in this heading 1. Okay, and then in this heading, I'm going to have it say endangered species. And again, I'm going to emphasize and accent my first heading cards. Okay, and now I wanted to add in another heading underneath endangered species. So I'm going to add in a subheading here. And now if I wanted to add in a third section, I would scroll down and add it in here. But I want this one to be underneath the endangered species. So I'm going to click on Insert Content within this section. And I'm going to come down underneath text. And here's that second heading. So if you were to do this from the, I'm going to click out here for a second. If you were to do this from underneath the title, okay, you're not allowed to add in a subheading because you have to have a section already established in order to do that. But since I already have a section established, I'm going to come into this and add in that second heading underneath it. Okay, and if you notice, it's easy to keep track of because right up here it says section 2.1. This one is section 2. So this is a subsection of the endangered species. So in this, I'm going to title this the conservation efforts. I'm simply going to accent this since it's a subheading. So why don't you take a minute, pause this video, and choose a topic that you would like to create a sway for, and go through and create this outline just like I have here. Okay? And in later videos, I will show you how to add in different multimedia along with some checks for understanding for the students.